How to be a high-value man. Tips every guy should know. There is an arbitrary hierarchy in society, and whilst many people try to deny this and see each person as being equal, that is not how humans define it. The ultimate goal is to ensure that you can implement some of these tips to make yourself high value. Our list of tips would transform you into a beast. How to be a high-value man. Top tips. Number 1. High morals and values. One of the first things you will need to implement in your life, if you want to be high value, would be a respectful set of morals and values. These morals and values should be built on personal life experience. As a high-value man, you will understand that no is just as important as yes. When something does not fit into your scope of values and morals, you should stand firm and say no. One of the most famous quotes is the following: "If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for everything." Once you start putting this into context, it's easy to see why high-value men can stand out. Since they rarely compromise their own beliefs, it becomes a challenge for other men and women to understand them, which leads to chasing. Number 2. Understanding and focused on their purpose. Purpose is the new buzzword, which started a few years back. However, it is one of the best ways for people to understand and identify why they are put on this earth. A high-value man knows the reason for their being, and they embrace it. They fully understand what their skills and strengths are, while trying to hone them into something meaningful. Once someone understands their purpose, it should become the number one driving factor in their life. Regardless of whether you meet the most attractive supermodel or the cutest lady of your dreams, your purpose should still be one of the most important aspects of your life. Once you start putting your purpose first in your life, you will not be distracted by the noise and other people trying to force you into their way of thinking or their will. This will gain you plenty of respect. Number 3. He puts himself first. One of the biggest problems with modern society is that people rarely put themselves first, and it shows. However, you need to look out for yourself and start prioritizing yourself. If you let yourself go for a job, no one cares. The high-value man would take care of themselves first, and they will see this level of excellence also transfer over to their everyday life in things like their job. By putting yourself first in life, it becomes much easier for people to respect you, and they understand that you are number one. Number 4. He gives respect to earn respect. There are 2 types of people in this world. The first one is out for their own gain, and they will simply just treat other people like crap if they cannot offer them anything on the face of meeting them. These people generally burn plenty of bridges and come across as very judgmental by making enemies and not friends. However, the high-value man looks at everyone as equals, even though he understands that life is one big race to get to the top, and he's not afraid of stepping on a few toes. He does show respect to others, including his enemies. Women are much like any other person you communicate with, and they also want to be heard and seen. Once you allow them to talk about themselves a bit, you will see how much they just keep talking. If you can seem interested in them, you will be able to get their affection without even saying a thing. Additionally, people drop plenty of information when they talk about topics they enjoy. This should give you a way in to continue the conversation. Number 5. Integrity forms the core of his decision-making. I've briefly touched on how he does not simply use and abuse other people. The high-value man understands the value of integrity and knows that if you can earn the trust of someone, you can succeed in life. When entrusted with secrets or other secretive conversations, the high-value man knows when to shut his mouth and when to keep the secret. One of the last things he does is break the trust of other people. This also encourages people to talk to him more about their personal lives. Number 6. He doesn't rely on others for happiness. One of the big problems with many people is that they heavily rely on others for their happiness in life. Many people hate being alone, and they constantly need to be the center of attention or part of friends to be truly happy. However, the high-value man understands that this is simply not sustainable, and only lasts a short while. One way that the high-value man ensures that he remains happy and does not allow things like depression to get the best of him is by creating his own happiness. Much like the Sigma male, the high-value man will have other interests outside of his friends that can create some form of happiness for himself. Number 7. Constantly improves himself. Complacency is the downfall of every good man. Once someone has achieved some form of comfort, they can easily slide into complacency and stop using their relentless drive and hunger to improve themselves and succeed in everyday life. The high-value man knows this, and they work on constantly improving themselves and their well-being. You will find him mastering new skills and learning new hobbies when he has the time. The last thing you would find in a high-value man is a sloth that simply leaves things the way they are without making any changes. As a high-value man, you should constantly jump from one way of improving yourself to the next. This will allow you to build exceptional competency, which would significantly improve your life. Number 8. His intelligence truly makes him stand out. Upon meeting a high-value man, one of the last things you will see is how smart they actually are. He spends plenty of his free time trying to read and improve his mindset or learn more about new things. However, he does not enter a conversation by forcing his knowledge onto other people. The high-value man would wait his turn and simply talk about what he knows before giving the floor to someone else. He can be the silent type that knows everything about everything, but does not show this off to the rest of the world. Number 9. He chases excellence. To top it all off, the high-value man does everything with excellence in mind. He doesn't simply want to learn a new skill or take up a new hobby. He tries to be the best person when it comes to mastering new skills and techniques. This builds more competence in the person, since the whole world is fully built upon competence. The high-value man aims to become competent in as many niches as he possibly can. This helps him succeed in everyday life, but also helps him generate income. Eventually, he will also learn to use these skills in some way that would monetize them and allow him to make more money. Being a high-value man might not be for everyone, and it will certainly take a lot of work. However, those that are willing to put in the work to achieve this level of confidence would find that they can succeed and excel in virtually every aspect of life without any issues. If you want to become a high-value man, let me know in the comment section what plans or goals you have and how you go about achieving them. Since high-value men also encourage others, I would like to encourage you to share this video and help society grow into one of valuable, honest men filled with integrity.
If you found value in today's video, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips about attraction, masculinity, and personal development.